A day after making his debut as a NASCAR team owner, Michael Jordan shifted back into his role as a philanthropist on Monday by donating $10 million to help build a pair of clinics for uninsured and underinsured patients in his hometown of Wilmington, North Carolina. I'm very proud to once again partner with Novant Health to expand the family clinic model to bring better access to critical medical services in my hometown. The 57-year-old Jordan said everyone should have access to quality health care, no matter where they live, or whether or not they have insurance. Monday's announcement follows a historic Sunday for Jordan, who became NASCAR's first black principal owner in a half-century as his driver Bubba Wallace became the first black driver to ever lead a lap at the Dayton 500. Wallace, the circuit's only black full-time driver, finished 17th following a fiery multi-car record. The Brooklyn-born Jordan has said he's a longtime NASCAR fan, having grown up in North Carolina, where the sport ranks among the most popular paths. Jordan is the second former University of North Carolina basketball player to buy a portion of a NASCAR team, following ex-Cleveland Cavaliers center Brad Daugherty, who co-owns JTG Daugherty. As for his philanthropy, Jordan has now donated a total of $17 million to clinics run by Novant Health, a non-profit healthcare provider in Virginia, North and South Carolina, and Georgia. With a $7 million donation in 2019, the Hall of Famer and current principal owner of the NBA's Hornets helped to open two Novant Health Michael Jordan Family Medical Clinics. The new clinics are scheduled to open in 2022. Share this article. Share the two Charlotte clinics Jordan previously helped launch have already seen 4,500 patients, according to The facilities have also administered nearly 1,000 COVID-19 vaccines and have plans to ramp up services in the coming week. Monday's announcement comes on the heels of Jordan's first official foray into NASCAR, which resulted in a 17th overall finish at the Daytona 500 for his driver Bubba Wallace. Ran into trouble early and late in his first Daytona 500 driving. He still came out of NASCAR's marquee race with another milestone, becoming the first black driver to lead a lap in the Daytona 5. Wallace dipped to the low line late in the second stage to grab the lead on lap 129 in 23 Toyota. He lost the lead back to two-time defending champion Denny Hamlin, who co-owns 23XI with Jordan, and ran third at the end of the Wallace got caught up in a fiery, chaotic last lap and finished 17th in a race won by Michael McDowell. Bum end. I bailed out down the back, saw the wreck happening and got run over. Should have bailed sooner, Wallace tweeted. Fast car, can't have loose wheels. Onto the right turn. Wallace was forced to pit with 22 laps left in the race because he felt a vibration because of the loose wheel in the Toyota. He fell a lap down and pushed Hamlin to give his boss and Toyota teammate a nudge toward his run at a record third straight Daytona 500 champion. Hamlin finished fifth. We worked together quite a few times, Hamlin said. I actually thought he was going to win the second stage. Wallace finished second in the 2018 Daytona 500 for the highest finish in the race by a black driver. Wallace had a solid first two-thirds of the rain-delayed race at Daytona International Speedway after a tumultuous start in Jordan's. He was running up front and battling for stage wins. That's what you want to see. Hamlin. Jordan's number 23 Toyota failed inspection twice before the race, prompting NASCAR to kick the team's car chief out off the ground. The car passed on the third attempt, but had to start from the back. Jordan watched the beginning of the race from a luxury suite. The six-time NBA champion had his first conversation with the 23XI crew chief when he called Mike Wheeler to find out why the team failed. Jordan entered NASCAR as the first black principal owner of a full-time Cup Series team in nearly 50 years. Has tight with Hamlin and has rooted on the Joe Gibbs Racing driver from the pits, and this venture is no lark for Jordan. Jordan was a kid when his late father packed up the car and took the family to NASCAR races at southern tracks like Daytona, Darlington Raceway and defunct Rockingham. Jordan once said he sets his clock to watch NASCAR every week. Because of the coronavirus pandemic, Jordan and Wallace never met until this week. Jordan hit town in the days before the race and played some golf, naturally, and had a made-for-TV team meeting with Wallace and Ham. I feel like Hess going to learn how to win. Hess got the talent, Jordan told Fox Sports. We would not have invested in him and picked him if he didn't have the talent. By the end of the year, I think Hess going to have an opportunity and probably will win at least a couple of races. If it's more, it'd be elated. Wallace was winless in his first 112 career Cup starts, all 43 for Richard Petty Motorsports. Wallace is the only black full-time driver at NASCAR's top level and raised his profile last summer when he successfully called for the series to ban the display of Confederate flags. His activism caught the attention of corporate America, which raised enough funding through 5 companies to sponsor the entire Cup season. The 27-year-old Wallace flashed speed in the number 23 Toyota. Yes, Jordan's old Bulls number, at Speed Weeks and topped the only practice session this week. Qualified 6th before he fell to the back of the pack because of issues that emerged out of pit stop Bubba Wallace and the news. Separating fact from fiction by Alex Raskin, sports news editor for DCOM. Bubba Wallace has gained national attention over the last year as a rising NASCAR driver, an activist, and, briefly, as the apparent victim of a hate crime that turned out to be a misunderstanding. Wallace initially made waves in 2020 by successfully pushing NASCAR to ban the Confederate flag. Then in June of 2020, Wallace was believed to be the victim of a racist attack at Talladega Superspeedway when a rope was discovered in his garage stall that resembled a knee. All 39 other NASCAR drivers rallied in support of Wallace before the following day's restart, collectively pushing his now 43 car to the front of the grid in a show of solidarity. Soon thereafter, an FBI investigation found that the item, which was described in the original NASCAR statement as a garage door pull rope fashioned like a noose, had been there since 2019, when a white driver was using that specific store. A photograph of the offending garage door rope pull showed a length of rope that was coiled like a noose. Wallace, who did not discover the item and wasn't the person who reported it to NASCAR or the FBI, faced criticism for the misunderstanding, but described himself as relieved that it was not intended as a rape. "I think we'll gladly take a little embarrassment over what the alternatives could have been," he said in it. Afterwards, NASCAR announced that an internal investigation could not find a single other rope pull in any of the circuit's garages that was tied in such a manner. Advertisement.